The newspaper headlines say it all. For one reason or the other, corporates in Kenya have been shedding jobs. Since January 2016, thousands of Kenyans have lost their jobs in the formal employment sector in what has invariably been described as restructuring process. Portland Kenya Cement, Kenya Airways, Telcom Kenya, Family Bank, First Community Bank, NIC Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, Citian Bank, and even the key players in the media industry, Nation Media Group, Standard Group, Royal Media Services Limited, the list goes on and on. So what could be the reason for this?
It's always a sign of stresses in the economy and the fact that a company cannot sustain the wage bill.
When you start seeing the retail sector having challenges, it means that people don't have the buying power. So what is being felt in the banks is more or less what is being felt in the rest of the economy.
The irony here is that the World Bank projections suggest the Kenyan economy is performing extremely well as compared to other economies in the region. The economy is expected to grow by 5.9% in this year, up from 5.6% in 2015.
It is very, very possible, theoretically, for an economy to continue growing while jobs are being lost. If there was inefficiencies, for instance, and some companies decided for one reason or another to reduce some costs, they could reduce labor costs but actually still produce more, which then still generates growth.
Analysts say the impressive economic growth may be attributed to massive infrastructure projects that the government has embarked on over the past few years. Such projects include the Standard Gauge Railway, the expansion of the Mombasa port, among others. Yet it may appear this may not benefit the ordinary person immediately.
They could give an quote-unquote an artificial boost to GDP growth, even if other sectors were not doing as well. And I suspect that's part of what he's doing. Because if you look at retail, if you look at banks, not as badly, but yes, the adjustments that are being made by a certain number of banks, given the interest rates regulation and all that.
So there's no direct correlation. There should be, but we have not as yet felt the full import of the growth projections that we're seeing in our continent.
Technological changes, especially what has been described as the digitization of the economy, could be another reason for shedding of jobs in the formal sector, as businesses have to review their business models.
The formal sector should be really the signal that an economy is performing well. Formal sector jobs have not grown by the kind of margins that we would want.
However, according to economist Kwame Owino, the situation may improve when the massive infrastructure projects are complete and Kenyans begin to enjoy the benefits. Kenya is among countries with the highest youth unemployment in the world, this according to the World Bank. But with only 2.2 million people employed in the formal sector and the number seemingly reducing by the day, more will need to be done to tackle unemployment in the country. Mombi Waroe, Sunday Live.